Hello everybody, welcome to Also Rusty Bucket. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already and drop a like on this video. I'm trying to hit 100k subscribers on this channel by the end of the year, so your subscription would be much appreciated. Also real quick, I just have to address that in my top 10 shooting guards list that I put out yesterday, a lot of comments about where I placed Donovan Mitchell, and in hindsight, actually reflecting on it, I did place him too low. I would move him up above Bradley Beal and Zach LaVine and probably even Devin Booker in hindsight. And no, that's not just because everyone disagreed with me, because a lot of the times a lot of people disagree with me and I stand by my take. Per example, John Stockton and Greg Popovich, but I just actually think I was wrong. So changing my mind, I went and looked at his playoff numbers again, just as a reminder. In the last two postseasons, he has averaged 35 points per game on 65% true shooting. So I can't really argue with that, especially because of how much I value postseason play, to put Zach LaVine over him, who's never been in the postseason, and Bradley Beal, who has been, but not in a long time, and I also just think is pretty overrated. I think it's fair to say that I was sleeping on Donovan Mitchell's postseason stuff, and in the regular season, I think that's a fair placement. Regular season Donovan Mitchell, I don't think is better than Zach LaVine and Bradley Beal, but when it comes playoff time, he's a whole different animal. Anyways, with that out of the way, today's video it was supposed to be the top 10 small forwards video, and after the reaction to the last one, I decided to vet that list quite more significantly. But instead, I'm talking about something that I saw on Twitter today that was rather interesting to me. So here is the clip.
In the world of sports and entertainment, on many, many occasions, there have been many people that have said they wanted a piece of me to sit across from that chair. And the chair is open. Not just the folks in sports, meaning the athletes, the coaches, etc. Not just the world of entertainment who think they might know something about the sports, but I might even entertain bringing a couple of fans up in here. It depends on who they are. I don't run from anybody. So I just want to let you know. I just want to let the world know that's what this show is moving forward.
Yeah, Steven said basically media members or fans. I'm obviously not an athlete or a coach. So I don't really qualify into either of these groups because I'm not a fan of you, Steven, if you're watching this video, which odds are you're not, but this is me shooting my shot. And I'm not a media member per se. I mean, I've been called that before, but like I'm my own independent thing and I don't have any credentials with any media people, but I just talk about the sport online. I'm not a fan of Stephen A. Smith. I've been very critical of Stephen A. Smith, and that's part of the reason why I believe it would be interesting to actually be on his show, because I have talked a lot of big game, as he talks about in this clip, basically suggesting like, oh, you people want to be across the seat for me. Now there's an actual opportunity. Let's see how you do. It's essentially a challenge. I'm interested in partaking in that challenge because I have obviously been very critical of NBA media for quite a while. Now, interestingly enough, Stephen A. is not one of the main people I'm most critical of, just because I think in general he is the least egregious, or shall I say, he's the least egregious with basketball. I have no idea how good his NFL or whatever else takes are because I don't know enough about any other sport. But from an NBA perspective, I don't think Stephen A. typically has outlandish takes. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a handful of them.
And if I could package Kuzma with a multitude of players and even a pick, and I can get myself Devin Booker to join Anthony Davis and LeBron James, would I do that? Hell yes.
Without a doubt, there are a handful of outlandish takes. I think that just kind of comes with being in the NBA media. But I don't think Steven is at the top of the list of media personalities that I can't fucking stand. So that makes me more open to this. Also, I should say, Steven, I will not curse on your show, as tempting as it may be, but I will do it on my channel where I am free to talk however the fuck I want. But yeah, I'm interested in facing Steven in a debate, and it has to be clear, something NBA, because I know some stuff about football. I know how the game is played just fine because I've watched years of college football, but don't know anything about the NFL, and really I don't even know anything about college because I just watch my own team. So I can't talk about anything else. I can't talk about wrestling or boxing or whatever the fuck else. I can't, I'm not qualified. But NBA, that is my job. So to give my resume real quick, Steven, this channel has soon to be 70K subscribers, but my main channel has 183K right now. So yeah, that's my resume. I have, what, 40 million views on that channel and like 7 on this one, somewhere in that ballpark. 45, 47 million views, something like that. So I'm not completely unknown, probably less unknown than the average fan that will challenge you. So for that reason, I feel like I'm a big enough name that you can at least entertain me. Kenny replied to the tweet that Stephen A put out on Twitter, because that's where you put tweets. And he said that, well, when he later tweeted that as much as y'all guys can spam Stephen, odds are I can't do it contractually. I don't know what the deal is up with that. So if I'm the next best thing, I'm perfectly fine with that. I will probably take a clip of this of some kind and put it on Twitter because I want to make this actually happen. Let me make my pitch real quick. I had to reshoot this because my first original pitch, I realized in the edit, actually sucked. So, I really want to face Stephen A. Smith. I want to face you, Stephen, if you are watching this, in a debate on the NBA, because I have personally had a gripe with NBA media for quite a while. I believe it is quite fake and obnoxious, and while it provides me content quite frequently, I don't think it's good for the game. So, while this might sound negative, if you actually are interested in a real debate with someone who is going to go in as a relatively hostile, not witness, that's a court thing. I am going to be going in there kind of dismissing the profession itself to some extent or another because I genuinely do not care for NBA media. But from your point of view, maybe you can put somebody who thinks a little too high and mighty of himself and his position in his place, because I believe that what I do is genuine and I very much value genuinely having your own opinions and not forcing things for the sake of clicks and views. Even though I maybe have done that once or twice, that's generally not something that I go for. And I think it'd just be interesting, especially because not only do I hold that opinion, but many other people in my own NBA YouTube community hold that opinion, and we've been saying it for a long time. And it'd be interesting to see traditional media and traditional basketball talk media clash with NBA YouTube and NBA YouTube media. So from that point of view, I think a debate would be very interesting. I don't know what the hell we talk about because it's the off season, and as you very well know, that makes content pretty damn difficult for this sport. But if you would have me, Stephen A, I'd be very interested in doing a debate on your show. So yeah, that is my pitch to Stephen A. Smith. I think it would be fun. I think it'd be interesting. And if Stephen A. actually has balls and wants to face someone who's not going to just be like, oh my God, it's Stephen A. Smith, I'm just going to bend to your will, then I would be the guy for that. I'm not going to be starstruck and I'm not going to just go along with whatever's happening. I think it would actually be entertaining because I'm not going to play the game. At least I'm going to attempt not to. So yeah, that is my pitch. It came off more negative than I originally intended, but I don't know. That's how I truly feel about the situation. So if that's too rough for you, Steven, I guess you're just scared. Let's put it that way. That sounds way too aggressive, but whatever. That's my pitch. And yeah, that is the video. This probably ain't going to work, but I figured it'd be fun and interesting. So yeah, that is it. Goodbye.